Hey guys, this is going to be the first part of pre-fish. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to split it up or not, depending on how many fish I actually catch. But Lake of the Ozarks Toyota Series, we got a lot of ice. So I got to come out here a little bit yesterday, and there wasn't a whole lot on the main lake. And I got to kind of look around a little bit and everything. A lot of the pockets are still froze up, really in the areas that I wanted to fish at. Ended up just like catching a couple crappie, trying to catch some fish out on the main lake. But out here again today, and a lot of the big chunks have made their way out onto the main lake. So I haven't really went very far. I think I'm gonna go into this pocket here now and try to fish around a little bit. But it's pretty sketchy running on the main lake right now because there's some huge, thick chunks floating around. You can see the birds standing on them and stuff. So you got to be really, really careful. But hopefully over the next day or so, we got some warm weather coming in, it's going to thaw some of this out and we can actually get some fishing done and run around the lake a little bit. But right now I'm probably going to give it a little bit before I go taking off running everywhere, because there's no point in messing up the boat first day of practice. So anyway, we'll keep you updated and we'll see how this goes. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment after. Let me know what you think about it. Thanks. First fish, and that was not Just so you're aware, I have fished for like a day and a half since I caught that 12-incher, and those were the first 2 bites that I've got since then. So it's been a little tough, but things are looking up. That was my first keeper since I got here. Hopefully things get a little bit better for the tournament. Holy crap. That is a fat spot. Had to kind of hang it down there for a second. There's a couple boats coming by. That is like an abnormal looking spot. It's so fat. He's got his tail messed up too. Look at that thing. His tail's like crooked. I'll take that. Okay, so I wanted to do a little breakdown of what I was looking at on the map, chips and stuff going through practice. I was having to go off very, very few bites going through this to kind of get an area that I was comfortable with. I'd never fished this lake before, so I was running around, you know, just kind of basing all this off just a couple bites. But I ended up starting to get bit on some of these really gradual sloping, like secondary points and stuff. Fished a lot of the bluff wall banks, the bluff ends, stuff like that, and just could not get bit out there. This stuff right out here, we'll see the contour lines that are just really close together, and it just drops straight off. This is really more so what I was starting to look for when I was getting some bites, is like right through there. You look right at that, how it just kind of gradually slopes off of there. It did help on some. You can see it right there. It's got some nice shelving in there. That definitely helped on some of these secondary points. But really, just looking at things, after I got bit a few times, I was kind of starting to target things like that. But as practice went on, definitely I couldn't set the hook on everything because so few fish were biting. I really didn't want to go off and sore mouth a bunch of fish when when I hardly was getting bit by anything at all. But anyway, we'll keep going here and just give you guys kind of an idea of what you might get to look for whenever you go there in the wintertime too. But there you go. Hooked it up and I'm letting it charge while I fish. Alright, a little update since I haven't been talking much because the bite's been so tough and I haven't really been catching anything to catch you guys up on really until just recently. But today, 2 days before the tournament, you can probably see all the ice. I just pretty much did a few circles on this point and cleared out a hole so I could fish for a second. But the majority of the lake froze back over last night, like the main channel all the way across. So nobody's really going anywhere. Everybody that's pre-fishing in this area, at least, which I heard from some people up there that talked to somebody farther down the lake, it's the same thing. They aren't really going anywhere. It's just froze from bank to bank. All the pockets are froze up and everything. I did catch one earlier right by takeoff because I guess it stayed thawed out a little better there because there's so many boats that came through. But yeah, it's kind of what's going on. I guess until the ice thaws out, I'm not going anywhere at all. There's some people sitting out in the main lake talking that way that I stopped by just a little bit ago, that they made it maybe like a half a mile and gave up because it's just useless to spend your entire day idling when you can just wait for it to thaw. And then there's some people that tried going that way, and I guess there's a few spots on the sunny side of the lake that you can fish the main lake points over that way, which it's like you're just kind of cycling through the same stuff with everybody, it's a really kind of bad way to pre-fish, because you're just pounding spots that you don't even really want to fish in the tournament. So yeah, we're just hanging out, waiting on something to happen. Maybe I'll give you guys a little bit better update later today of something, because I'm wanting to run up the river a little bit, but we'll see. All right, so that was it for practice. I am back in South Carolina now. Tournament's over. Next video will be day 1 of the tournament. Going into it, I really had found a little bit of a jig bite there. That last segment that you watched, shortly after that, I ended up just pegging my hooks and everything. I had no reason to be setting the hook on any more fish. I just wasn't getting very many bites, and I was really afraid I was going to end up sore mouthing some fish that I really desperately would need during the tournament, because I wasn't finding a lot. I was not familiar with the lake. Due to the ice and everything, I wasn't able to move around very much in practice, or not near as much as I wanted to really get a feel for the entire lake and explore as much as I wanted to, and the incredibly tough bite made it also really difficult. So going into the tournament, I really didn't have a whole lot to go off of, but I did get a little bit of confidence in some areas, knowing that I was going to have to run some new water and things on tournament day. It's nice to at least have an area that you can start at and see where you can go from there. But anyway, stay tuned. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Tournament video is coming soon. Thanks for watching.